Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. Getting back to my roots from years ago, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Revenant Caves, and we are doing loot from 1,000 Revenant Knights. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, the next one will be loot from 1,000 Revenant Dragons, and the reason that I'm finally able to do this video is because of all the changes that have gone down at the Rev Caves throughout the past few weeks here. Multiple updates to talk about, and certainly the most recognizable change here is the drops. The fact that they nerfed these revs, what used to be one of the most profitable money-making methods per hour of 3 to 4 mil, to now being, well, I guess we're gonna find out, but I can assure you it's nothing close to what it used to be. Don't worry though, if you get disappointed at the loot, there's over 25 different PKs throughout this video. A lot of anti-PKing was done, and there was some pretty amazing clips, so I really hope you guys enjoy the video. But before we get started, we do have some quick words from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. So honestly, I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, I always collected Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, action figures, you name it, I was all about it. But over a decade later, you know, that kind of died out, and frankly, I stopped collecting things. But that is until Raid Shadow Legends came along, because ladies and gentlemen, with almost 500 champions to collect and upgrade, endless artifacts to find, and billions of different teams to try out, Raid Shadow Legends has years of content. It's the first mobile game that really recaptures the magic of all those games that we grew up on. And although when you're getting a nice collection of champions, the nostalgia is real, I will say something that's brand new and fresh is these amazing HD graphics on every aspect in the game. So now let me show you a little bit more about Raid. So here I am on the PC version of the game, since it is mobile and PC friendly, and I'm collecting on day 100 the Void Shard, one of the greatest daily login rewards you can get. And that's another thing I love about Raid, is all of the daily login rewards that you can receive, whether you're a new player or even an active player. As a matter of fact, here I am going to the shop now, claiming my one ancient shard that I get every 7 days and the one mystery shard that anyone can get every 24 hours. So let's go ahead and open up some of these shards. This next part I did speed up just a little bit for you guys. You know, the thing in this game is that no matter if you get a good shard or a bad one, they're still useful, you know, no matter what champion they spawn. If it's a good one, you can level them up and use them. Our first champion here, Kalia, 3,200 reviews, an excellent barbarian champion. This one will certainly come in handy. Next we have the Coffin Smasher from the Knight Revenant faction, and my goodness, look at that armor. 3 stars and certainly a rare champion. Moving on to our final one from these ancient shards, we get Yaga the Insatiable, a skinwalker, so certainly will be useful. Do have quite a few skinwalkers in my vault. And looking at the Void Shard, spawning the Demon Spawn, a rare champion, and my goodness, certainly one right out of the Inferno. And don't forget, Raid is constantly bringing out new champions. I did slow down the footage here for you guys just to appreciate the detail. I mean, look at that lizard guy, you know, I cannot wait to see what they do with him. The Raid team is always at work with brand new champions and brand new ideas, and you really don't see that quality and detail in any mobile game these days. So the real question is, what are you guys waiting for? Go to the video description below and click on those special links. If you're a new player, you will get 100,000 silver plus 2 clan boss keys on top of 10 mystery shards, as well as 1 free champion, the Executioner. All of this treasure will be waiting for you right there, and don't forget that these rewards will be available only for the next 30 days for new players. A huge thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video, and don't forget to check out the description. All these lovely weapons, the crossbow, the scepter, the chain mace, as well as that amulet of Avarice, followed by all the ancient statuettes, you know, whether it's the emblem or the relic, and then of course the weapons, the armor, and the resources. These Revenants truly do have a big drop table, but the real question is, what did the update in October do to the Revenants? What is the difference? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we're going to find out today. Tracking all the kills through the Slayer kill log, and starting at 48,433 rev kills overall. Most of my rev kills were done when Revenants were first released into the game, back before all of the, well, let's just say all the changes throughout the past couple of years started occurring. Overall, I think there's been 4 total updates to Revenants in regards to the drops and just some factors in here, so I will be going over all 4, but at first, let's just kind of look at the Revenant Knight, see what this is all about. So obviously, they did change the location of where the Revenant Knight is. All you have to do to get here is is go into the Revenant cave and you run west, and you'll be there in a matter of seconds. When I first started killing these Rev Knights, I didn't really know what I was going to do in regards to if I saw another Scold person. I didn't know if I was going to kill the Rev Scold myself, because as we know, if you are Scold killing a Rev, you will have very much increased drop rates to get rare items. So I didn't know if it was worth the risk though, you know, always having a +1 such as Dragon Claws as well as a crossbow. I would almost be risking over 10 mil every time, but I was pretty confident in my abilities to survive, so I wanted to test myself, and most of these kills, I'd say in the first half of the video, were done Scold, and I think the remainder of the video were done unscold. So best of both worlds, you know, kind of seeing the difference. As it goes for the gear for this video, I did just go with a basic kind of PKing setup, the old school Dragon Plate Skirt Black D-Hide combination. Crossbow works pretty well for anti-PKing, believe it or not. It's the same speed as a magic shortbow, and it's much stronger, but alongside that, we did have the Ballista, as well as the Dragon Claws. I did want to throw in some footage of, you know, actually just killing the Knight, seeing the drops for themselves. I will, of course, be showing the Runelite loot tracker as well at the very end of the video. And the reason for that is because when I did the price check, honestly, I threw in every single thing that I got throughout this 1000 Revenant Knight experience, whether it was from killing another Scold player or killing a PKer, and there was a lot of that. As you can see, I was just minding my own business, you know, accidentally misclicked on this nice girl, and she started attacking me back. So I had to do what I had to do, and there you go. I mean, most of these kills, whenever you kill someone here, you always get at least 400k. Back when I used to PK at Revs and I used to kill, you know, lower levels in Snakeskin, you're looking at like 160k, but these kills are much more expensive. I don't think there was a single kill in this video that was below 300k, and I'm not too sure why people don't bank often here, because the drops are not that great, and Dragon Plate Legs, Dragon Plate Skirt, whenever you see that on the ground, you should definitely bank at that point. This is certainly a PKing hotspot, there's no doubt about it. I was averaging about a PKer at least once every 45 minutes just at this night location. I do know other live streamers and video makers that also camp the south area, which, you know, there's different Revenants spread out across the whole entire cave now, so you can always choose your own monster to kill, choose your own spot to PK in, hop in, whatever you want to do. Now, it is also important to note that they did change the Revs actually while I was doing this video to make them spawn faster. It makes it so you don't have to hop worlds after every kill, which is actually what I was doing, but I honestly don't mind hopping worlds after every kill. You actually encounter more PKers that way, and you get a chance to anti-PK them. And a prime example of anti-PKing, ladies and gentlemen, right here. You know, the major's on you don't know what to do, so you got three options: crossbow, ballista, or Dragon Claws. And if none of that works, just go with a vengeance. Luckily for me, the ballista worked in my favor. This guy attacked me, I think, 4 times throughout this week, and got a nice 1 mil PK from him, and I did enjoy fighting that guy. You know, a lot of people who attack you here always camp above 90 HP. Everyone's so paranoid of getting killed these days, which is understandable, especially if you're gonna risk a lot. And speaking of risking a lot, in this clip, I was risking the crossbow, and I got unscolded about 8 seconds before I died. So, a big shout out to the RNG gods for the timing there. Saved me a lot of money. That wouldn't have been fun to lose a crossbow. I certainly never lose +1s at Revs, you know, not my thing. And as you're seeing on screen, there were times where I got so close to almost getting the PK, but man, they just tanked that last hit, and you know, what could have been. So I did throw in a few clips of some bloopers, you know, gotta keep things interesting. I will be honest, for the most part, the Dragon Claws did me well. It was just always that last ballista hit right after the special attack that never pulled through for me. And this was a somewhat scary moment. I only had Phoenix necklaces left to save my life, which always do, and I really do love them. Been using them since the first day they came out, and this tele block just expired right when I needed it to, and I saved my crossbow, so that felt really nice. But again, scoling up, I mean, I tell you, especially when you live stream this, someone sees you risking a cross, and the inventory that I have doesn't take long for someone to come to try to kill you. So there was a lot of that throughout this video, and I enjoyed every second. Alright, so while you guys enjoy this anti-PKing and Revenant footage, I'll just quickly go over the October 21 changes that they did to the Revenant caves. So originally on October 16, 2020, Jagex decided against the roaming Revenants, instead opting to change how they would work in the caves. And then on an update on October 21st, and here are the changes, just to sum it up briefly. Once you enter the Rev Cave, you will pay 100k. If you die in the Rev Cave, you gotta pay 100k again to get in. All of the non-Revenant monsters that used to be here, the black dragons, the demons, the giants, they all got moved to the Wilderness Slayer Cave. The spawn amounts are unchanged. More spawns may be added though, more Revenants. The cave's combat preferences were changed to singles plus, and this this prevents multi-combat. Basically, this kind of limits what clans can do. So you could fight a monster and not be attacked until the monster died or its aggression, was shaken off. Single plus zones are similar to single way zones, except another player can attack a player already in combat with a monster. In addition to that, a 10-second timer was added to prevent piling. And of course, last but not least, the drop tables were modified once more, and being skulled also plays less of an impact in obtaining rare drops. That is according to the wiki, so I guess I stand corrected from what I said earlier. I really like this clip, it reminds me that the ballista spec can actually do something useful. The dragon claws are good, but if they're camping prey melee, you gotta improvise there. Gotta love it. Not only showing kills at the Revenant caves, but also outside of the Rev caves. Here's a nice little PK at the Black Chin Champas. I think this guy had just gotten here. He was only wearing black D-hide. Certainly had enough food and potions to survive, and that bulwark did not do its job. But 91 Black Chin Champas from that, so, throw that in the price check as well, And this was the second person that I encountered that was using a Tome of Fire with Fire Surge. He was actually using a fire staff, though, ironically. It's kind of strange, but yeah, I didn't get the chance to kill him, so I let the max mages outside take care of that one. I did have to teleport, though, so I logged out and ran back, and unfortunately, there was no loot there, and I was definitely there in time. So I guess if you log out after killing someone, you can't pick up anything. 1.8 mil that I did not get. Some history on the Revenant Knight. It was introduced November 23rd, 2017, and the examine option reads, the ghost of a knight slain long ago. So yes, that does make the attribute undead, and I'm sure there's going to be some comments. Mr. No Sleep, where was the salve amulet? You would be hitting so much higher if you would have had it. And that's true. That's actually very true. But again, I was skulled a lot of this video, and I did not want to lose those very valuable Nightmare Zone points that you have to spend to imbue that salve amulet to make it worthwhile when using range. Had I used the Vigor's Chain Mace, I would have happily used the salve amulet. And according to the wiki, it does say that the average amount per kill at these Revenant Knights, if you're unskulled, would be just about 27.1k. That is including the unique drops, and if you are skulled, it would be 31.5k. And the reason that that's not a huge difference is because the price of the crossbow, the scepter, the Vigor's Chain Mace, it's very low. I think I bought a crossbow for 13 mil a few weeks ago, and now I'm looking at the price right now, and it's almost below 9. This is a good weapon. It's just these Revenants are not worth killing, so why is someone gonna buy a crossbow? I mean, I guess you could argue they're good for lava dragons or elder chaos druids. Last time I checked, not a lot of people kill those things either. I mean, at this point, you're gonna be running into more people at moss giants than you are at these other monsters because, just the hot spots of PKing have really changed. And I don't think this innocent guy here is ever gonna be killing moss giants again. What was he doing with lobsters? What is this, free to play? Come on, man. Getting back on track here, one thing that is definitely noticeable is the loot that you get from the Revenant Knight now. The Onyx bolt tips are dropped in quantities of 2 to 4. The super restores are 1 to 3. And, really, you're just so much used to seeing that quantity so much higher. I mean, the quality's the same, but the amounts are so much lower now that it's just not that much. 3 battle staffs, for example. I did get a few U seeds, surprisingly. I was getting 2 to 7 of those, and those are 1 in 2,000 if you're unskulled, and 1 in 1,100 if you are skulled. Just realized in that clip that this man lost his clockwork cat. I think that's the first clockwork cat that I saw at Revs, but yeah, it certainly stands out. It's alright though, bad karma I guess, because I died right after that in the next inventory. But following this, I actually ran into 3 different people. It could be one guy on 3 accounts at this point, the multitasking people do. But either way, multiple combat levels. I was getting attacked by a 114, a level 90, and then a level 120. So I did kill one of them though, luckily, and I gotta be honest, I really thought I was gonna get away, but I did forget to bring my anti-venom. So always make sure you bring that, because I died at Karamja, and I didn't get anything back. So rest in peace, all the stuff I PK'd from that one guy. And don't forget, don't AFK at these Rev caves, because even if the Dragon Claw spec doesn't get you, the ballista just might. Pretty crazy to see that looting bag all equal up to 1.2 million. Can't forget that looting bag. It is critical here. Did run into Abdullah, a good live streamer, one of the best PKers, and luckily he didn't kill me though, and he actually offed me for the rest of the week, so shout out to him. And a big shout out to this girl, Foss Bros. It's actually crazy to see someone Zami Godspell PKing. I didn't know Elf Mage was still around. It's really nice to still see that though. No Staff of the Dead, no nothing, and no team, just solo PKing. dang, I respect that. This guy was actually killing this fellow, you know, Rev PVMer, and I did get the nice Dragon Claw spec on him right outside the cave there. You know, you can technically still player jump someone in the Rev cave. You just have to kind of stand on them in a way, but you can certainly do it outside of the cave much faster, so there's one benefit of that. This next guy, let me tell you, he took me for a ride all around the wilderness. We went from level 30 up to 50, back to 30. I mean, really, I didn't even get close to killing him, but you gotta try, you know? Gotta try. It'd be crazy to see a kill that far. I actually had no stamina potion, so I ended up using my max cape perk for this. And if you're curious how many times I died throughout this video, I think I recorded almost all the deaths, and I think I died 5 times total. So I did try my best to kind of show you guys examples of everything. For example, this is the best way to log out. You click that step, and they have to run to chase you so they can't hit you right away. So that's one of the best ways to log out if you're being chased. And I was also doing some, you know, exploring around the South Cave, and I noticed another guy at Moss Giants. Like I said, really a nice hotspot these days. And he actually asked me if I want some. Well, clearly only one of us did. But yeah, Ancient Statuette coming in, 2 mil, unskulled this time. Look at that. Pretty crazy to see a rare, you know. Speaking of rares, this guy got himself 3 magic seeds as a drop, and then he decided to attack me. So I killed him, and there's my rare now, my man, so that's nice. I think I chanced this max mage like 10 times within 10 seconds. That was kind of rough. I think that would have been an easy 6 to 7 mil PK, but can't get them all. And to make matters worse, I went ahead and banked and came back, and I died to a guy wearing a Carol skirt, and he told me to suit. Hell does suit mean? Anyways, I did end up back at the night. As you can see, you know, scold mostly throughout this whole video, just all for the wrong reasons, really just scolding up when I see people rather than to kill the Rev. This next clip always makes me smile. You know it's gonna be a good day when a PKer has a spotted cape on, because you know why? They're not gonna kill you, that's why. Look at this, so quick to my feet there with the Dragon Claw special attack. This guy had more Ceradome and Bruise than I had for my first Jad attempt. But either way, a nice clean 945k was taken from him. And there would be occasions when people would just log in, and as soon as someone would log in, I would instantly put on the claws and just spec them. Again, most people wouldn't expect me to attack them. I mean, you'd think so, maybe because of the gear, but honestly, no one was really protecting melee or thinking of anything, because again, I was unskulled a lot of the time towards the end, so I didn't really pose a threat to anyone. But those claws are just so quick, and you know, the ballista as well. And speaking of world hopping, you know, I was hopping almost every single type of world. I wasn't just trying to use total level worlds or, you know, PvP worlds or anything unique like that. For this video, I just went all out 300s to 500s. Anything that pretty much wasn't the Trailblazer League worlds or free-to-play worlds, I would be there. Got to see a lot of people that way. I imagine if you camp total level worlds, you might actually have a lot more profit per hour here. Maybe no PKers at all. Maybe you can stay here for a while, especially since they did make the spawn time faster. But I'm not too sure. I think it would be cool to see a video of someone camping the Rev Caves in 2200 worlds. Something I might consider doing for sure. You know, the PKing and the PVMing aspect of it. Also, for those wondering how I unskulled, I was always using the Galvic method, which essentially you just use a mythical cape and you teleport directly here, and then you go through the pool and you just suicide at Galvic. It's much faster than using Clan Wars, so god, I don't think I'll ever use Clan Wars again at this point. Rejuvenation Pool and Galvic really making Clan Wars not that relevant. And I did escape a 5 to 6 man team. Probably shouldn't have gotten away from them, honestly, but they did not teleblock me until the very last second. So yeah, really close call on losing a crossbow there, but it happens. Alright, so what doesn't really happen that often is what you're about to see here. So I just randomly was, you know, south of the Rev Caves again, and I see this guy. Looks like he was killing KBD, but he's pretty far off of KBD. And I just really thought I would maybe kill him, but I did not think I'd even get close, to be honest. Yeah, go figure. It actually happened, and we got a Berserker Ring and an Amulet of Fury PK'd from that guy. Really did make my day. That was the biggest PK for this whole entire video. Well over 4 mil. I think it was closer to 6 mil, so really awesome there. I did actually get a bigger PK from a Max Mage, but you guys have to wait until the next video to see that, because I just kind of wanted to kill some Revenant dragons. I didn't really know how it would go, but I just finished this video, as you're about to see in the price check. It's coming up really soon here. And while I was killing the Rev dragons, oh, so many anti-PKing clips there as well. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will know to do loot from 1000 Revenant dragons. I think Trailblazer League is just not really for me right now. I think I waited way too long. I certainly regret not jumping in right away, but it is what it is. I think I'm just going to focus more on the main and the Iron Man now. I have a lot of videos planned for you guys, actually really good quality ones too. So with all that being said though, let's go ahead and do this price check. So this is all of the items that I got from all the players that I killed. If if they had any Rev loot on them, and of course the Revenant Knights itself. Now you will see the Rune Light screenshots of about roughly 720 kills. This very first price check coming out to be 24.5 million. And the only reason that there wasn't 1,000 kills shown on the Rune Light loot tracker was because the last screenshot did get corrupted, but I think we'll be good enough to know based on 720. Of course, the Slayer kill log was shown, so all the kills were proven already. 2.7 mil from the next price check, and another 5.1 mil from the third price check, so 24.5 plus 2.7 plus 5.1. And we got to throw in another 2 mil on that because I forgot to price check the statuette. So overall, 34.3 mil from 1,000 Revenant Knights. Now this is the Knights and the PKs combined. These two Rune Light screenshots are the ones that I do have. 720 kills shown and roughly over 16 mil in drops. So speaking of 16 mil being dropped, there's me losing a crossbow right after this video was complete to a DDS. Not quite 16 mil, but man, that hit the profit pretty hard. So, you know, not the best luck there. But either way, I would say the overall loot from just 1,000 Revenant Knights, without the statue, you're looking at like 14 mil from 700 kills. So, I mean, I guess you could say it would be close to 20 mil, maybe a little bit more than that for 1,000 kills without any statues, without being skulled. I'm still a little unclear of the details. I keep reading different things about it, but I am pretty sure if you're skulled, you will make more money here unless they completely just got rid of that. But so many updates to Rev, so many things going on with this cave. In my personal opinion, if anyone is curious to know, I do think they need to make the drop table better here. I'm not going to say they need to make it like it used to be. Clearly that was horrible, and obviously this is so bad now, not even gold farmers do this. Like, literally no gold farmers at all. I have no idea what they're doing these days. I don't know. There's so much gold in this game, so much going on with the economy right now that we'll just have to wait and see if they ever do touch Revs again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude this video with an expensive life lesson. The lesson being, watch where you're going. You know, after losing that crossbow, I, still made 32 mil from the Revs, so down about 10, but at this point here, I just so happened to be frozen in the obelisk, teleported to 50 wild, and another crossbow was taken from me. So like 2 hours after I finished this video, I was killing dragons, and I lost like 20 mil of the profit already. So maybe Revs isn't the best place for me to be. I don't know. Should probably lower the risk. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was entertaining. That was pretty much the point of it. I know it wasn't the most traditional loot video out there, but I really just wanted this one to entertain you all. So I hope it did. And with all that being said, thank you guys for everything. And until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.